It's an often asked question, one that I had as well. How do you become a millionaire? Simply through investing. Now, there are different forms of investing, and I'm going to be covering that in this video as well. But in this video, we're going over how to become a millionaire by investing in index funds. So for those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Trey and welcome to Let's Talk Finances, where on this channel, we like to help you get out of debt, reach financial independence so that you can begin building wealth. So if becoming a millionaire is something that you are interested in, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel, all right? I'm gonna be giving you the step-by-step guides on how to invest your way into becoming a millionaire. Which index funds should I be investing in order to become a millionaire? If you stay tuned until the end of the video, I'll actually give you that advice. So before we begin, let's go ahead and do a brief overview of what an index fund actually is. I went over it in this video, so if you want a more complex and broken down definition of what it is, check that video out after this one. Let's say you have an individual that loves Tesla, Apple, and Microsoft. So they invest in all three companies individually. However, let's say that you could invest in all three of those funds and did it like a buy one, get one free type of way. Well, that's what an index fund is. Instead of investing in those three companies individually, you can invest in one index that has all of those companies in it. The only difference would be we're not talking about one or two companies. We're actually talking about hundreds, if not thousands of companies. It allows you to pay a very low expense ratio while maximizing the ability for your money to grow through compound interest. What exactly is the difference between an index fund and a mutual fund? That is a great question. Now, an index fund actually is a type of mutual fund. I would say that the biggest difference between a mutual fund and an index fund would be how it's managed. Mutual funds are more known to be actively managed funds, to whereas index funds are passively managed funds. Now, if you don't know the difference between the two, in this video, I went over that, so watch that video after this one. However, to make it very simple, actively managed funds has a manager that basically tells you what he or she thinks that you should be investing in through research, of course. Because they're managing your fund for you, they're charging you a higher commission rate. The current average rate for an actively managed fund is somewhere between 1.15 to 1.65%, to whereas the expense ratio for a passively managed fund is 0.10%. So that is a very significant difference. The third place that this is going to bring us to is, what does Warren Buffett say about index funds? You should consistently buy a low-cost index fund for the long haul. As a matter of fact, stop trying to find the needle in the haystack, but instead buy the whole haystack. For those of you who don't know who the great Warren Buffett is, he's only arguably the greatest investor of our generation. Let me take you into some misconceptions about index funds. Investing would only be for the rich. That couldn't be further from the truth. In actuality, the rich get rich and stay rich by investing in these index funds. The second most common misconception: it takes too much time to be able to invest. For actively managed funds, yes, it takes a very significant amount of time to do your market analysis, your technical analysis, to be able to determine which fund you should buy and or sell. You don't have to do any of that with index funds. Generally, you can do a small amount of research by watching a video like this and then be on your way. As a matter of fact, I only look at my portfolio once a week. And that isn't to see if I've lost anything. That's to see if the cost of that share has changed so that I can buy more. The third misconception would be that it's too risky. You will assume a certain amount of risk. However, with index funds, the risk is substantially lower than that of an actively managed fund. The reason being, actively managed funds seek to beat the stock market, to whereas passively managed funds seek to match the stock market. Allow me to explain to you why you should start investing in index funds in order to become a millionaire. Consider that you start investing $10,000 into a fund that gives you on average 9% returns. In 10 years, that $10,000 will only be $133,963. However, if you continue to invest that same amount for another 10 years, that amount is $381,794. And if you continue to invest for another 10 years, which brings you to a total of 30 years, that money will now be $840,281. And the reason for this is compound interest. If you take the same amount of money and put it into a tax-advantaged or non-taxable account, such as a Roth IRA, at the end of 30 years, that amount would actually be $1.3 million. Becoming a millionaire is not difficult. It is our habits that we have accumulated throughout the years that does not allow for us to become millionaires. How much should I be putting aside for investing? Most financial planners would suggest between 5 to 10%. I started off putting off 15% actually, but 5 to 10% will get you there in 30 years. The key to this is not only depending on the income from your 9 to 5. You need passive income. You need more than one stream of revenue. So whether that be starting a YouTube page, Instagram, starting a small business, whatever the case may be, if you can add an additional stream of revenue, you can up the amount that you are investing into index funds. Another rule of thumb that I will give you, because I see a lot of people that mess up their allocations. If you subtract your age from 110, that number that is left over is the amount of stock that you should be invested in. I invest 80% in stock, 20% in bonds. Reason being, for me, closer to retirement, you want to start investing a lot more conservatively. To whereas the further away you are from retirement, you can assume the risk. So you should be investing a lot more aggressively. So there you have it in a nutshell. How to become a millionaire while investing in index funds. If the decision that is really difficult for you is choosing which brokerage account to go through, in this video, I actually went over that and I make it easy for you. Which brokerage account is better? Vanguard, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab? Check that video out after this one. You can literally begin investing with as little as $100, $200, $300, $400, or even $500. Allow your hard-earned money to work for you. For those of you who have more of an interest on joining a group of like-minded individuals who are all about becoming millionaires, getting out of debt, and becoming financially independent, join the Let's Talk FIRE Facebook group, all right? Currently has over 5,000 members and it is growing rapidly. I said that if you stay tuned until the end of the video, I would let you know which index funds you should start investing in to be able to grow your portfolio to over $1 million. And I'm gonna give you the top 3 to start off with. This is just the top 3 that you should make your core. Number 1, a total stock market index fund. Number 2, an S&P 500 index fund. And number 3, a large cap growth or emerging market index fund. I'll put in the description below which ones I went with, but if you need more relative information on which index funds you should be investing in, check out this video. I lay them out for you. Becoming a millionaire is simple. All you have to do is implement the strategies. Consistent contributions to a diversified fund over a long period of time will make you a millionaire. If you found this video to be helpful in any way, subscribe to this channel. Also, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Not only does it help this channel to grow, but it also helps in allowing me to continue making videos just like this to help the everyday average investor become a millionaire. So pay it forward. And in addition, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any other content just like this one. As always, guys, I want to thank the men and women of this country who have served and served proudly. I greatly appreciate you, as do we all. So until the next video, guys, let's talk finances then.